Hello there, this is another Geek, and continuing with our my 13 horror movies to Halloween challenge. Today I'm talking about Brightburn. Brightburn is a 2019 movie. It is directed by David Yarovesky, who I think it's his first full-length movie, and it stars Elizabeth Banks, David Denman, and Jackson A. Dunn. It is a brainchild of Brian Gunn and Mark Gunn, and they are the brothers of James Gunn, who is a co-producer of this movie, and it has an interesting concept, in my opinion. That's what appealed to me. We have a nice couple who live in a farm, and they can have a child, and one night, a spaceship crashes nearby, and there's a baby inside, so they adopt the child for their own. And I know it's not original. I know it's been done again and again with a certain character, comic book character, and movie franchise. I know. But the main twist is that this boy, Brandon, is no goody two-shoes, just an American way superhero. Instead, he is hearing voices from his spaceship that demands of him to conquer the planet, and he's starting killing people with his superpowers. It's a 90-minute movie, and it's got this very interesting premise: what we had an evil Superman, an evil Superboy on Earth, and what it would cause in Smallville. We have some interesting gore because of that, because we combine Superman powers with the frailty of the human body and the tendency of horror to break it. And of course, the most interesting part in the movie is the parents, because the parents just cannot cope with the idea that their child may be a monster. They think their child is good, and they always invent excuses for why he's not doing all this horrible stuff that's happening in Brightburn, the town, sorry. Even when they discover some disturbing drawings, even when their child is constantly drawing a double B sign that looks quite a lot like the mark of sacrifice from the Berserk manga. That should give you a hint, really. It's a really evil-looking sign, this one. There's some interesting gore, as I said before, and that's fun. However, I think that this movie squanders a lot of its potential because it's not the length, really. I think that 90 minutes, it's a great length for a movie because you have enough time to present everything important, wrap it up, introduce a main plot or maybe a subplot, and it's never tiring. It remains fun, for me at least. I think 90 minutes is okay. 90 minutes to 2 hours, that's the perfect movie length. However, I think that while this movie uses this time quite well, I wasn't convinced by the characterization of our main character, Brandon. I think that the way he becomes evil is kind of convoluted. I mean, in one moment, he's hearing voices that urge him to conquer the planet from the spaceship he was into. Then he, because of his alien origin and his alienation to humankind, he is taking the wrong advice from his parents, and he's doing some questionable stuff. Like, for instance, there is this girl he's interested in, and after his father tried to talk to him about sex and masturbation, creeps in her room and really gives her out. And then he's killing people because he has to cover up for some of the things he's done. So it creates a bit of discrepancy on his character, and it's never quite convincing why he does everything he does. And that's a big no-no, because that's your selling point. Your selling point is you have an evil Superman. However, it is never explained why this Superman is evil. Technically, the movie is great. It looks great, the cinematography is great, the acting is actually quite well for a horror movie. I think that Elizabeth Banks as his mother really does a great job, as well as David Denman as the father. Jackson A. Dunn as Brandon actually does quite a great job at acting as the evil child. He's not annoying. Well, he's not great either, but he's good. The acting is good, the cinematography is good, the directing is good. But I think that the movie is more focused on the evil Superman premise to explore it to its full length. And I think Brightburn, while enjoyable, it's sort of a missed opportunity because it could do so much more. And there were some after credit Easter eggs for an evil Aquaman and an evil Wonder Woman, which could be interesting sequels, an interesting cinematic universe. Because okay, Brandon is a little less psychotic than Man of Steel Superman from the main DCU, and it could be fun to do a evil DC universe u- universe cinematic universe. Yeah, Brightburn was fun, but I was not awed by it. It was good. It was good though, even though it could have been better. So, if you have watched Brightburn, I would love to see your opinion in the comments. Like this channel, subscribe, and thank you all for watching me. Stay spooky.